Hey everyone, it's Christy, and today we're going to be working with opening the front of the body and actually working towards some back bends. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you're not a huge back bend fan, like I wasn't for so many years, you might be a little bit nervous, but trust me, we're going to work with opening the shoulders, opening through the thighs so that we can safely move into these back bends. Okay, so I would like for you to definitely have a block or a book, something that you can use. And then I have a blanket behind me, so definitely have a blanket, or if you want to use a towel, but we'll definitely be using that. Let's get started. You can sit cross-legged. I'm just going to sit back on my heels and close the eyes softly, and taking just a few moments to settle in to your physical body. And then draw your attention inwards and just observe, watch, see how you're doing in this moment. Start to follow the breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And throughout this practice, our breath will be our guide and anchor, really as always. So I'd like for you to stay with your breath. Very lightly, very easily blink your eyes open. And our first pose will be child's pose, but it's going to be a little bit more active. So I'd like for you to keep your toes tucked, reach your hips back to your heels, and reach your arms forward so that your elbows and forearms stay up. And then you'll release the head down. And you might even come up onto the pads of the fingers. Soften the hips back to the heels. Wrap your upper outer arm bones in towards the ears. Feel the side body start to open. One more cycle of breath here. And then let's make our way to hands and knees, tabletop position. Really spread the fingers. On your exhale, downward facing dog, Ardha Matsyendrasana. And spending a few moments maybe moving by bending one knee and then bending the other, shifting the hips side to side, bending the knees. And in the next breath or so, you firm the arms and legs, reach the thighs up and back. Start to melt the heels to the ground, even though they may not touch. And firm the hands into the mat. One more cycle of breath. Lead with the crown of the head. Inhale, shift forward into high plank. So we have shoulders over the wrists, right? Not beyond. So you might have to walk your feet back. You want to gaze a little bit forward beyond your mat. Draw your heart forward and your shoulders back. And engage the belly. Point your tailbone back. So we're going to be here for a few more breaths. If you don't know this about me, well, maybe you do. I love plank. I think it's a great way to warm up, but do feel free to lower the knees as needed. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, down dog, lead with the legs. Smooth breath in and out. On your inhale, shift forward again into high plank, and then exhale, lower the knees. We'll come into puppy pose. So your hips stay above your knees. You'll reach your arms forward, start to melt the heart. It might be your chin or your forehead that comes down. Draw your ribs up and in as your heart melts. You might decide to firm the arms, lifting the elbows and the forearms up. One more cycle of breath. And then we'll slide forward into Sphinx Pose. So coming onto the belly, coming onto the forearms parallel. Draw the shoulders back and slide the heart forward. Slide the tailbone back. Gaze straight ahead. One more round of breath here. And then we'll bring the core into it a little bit more. So push into the forearms. I want you to just lift the thighs, but keep the knees down. You'll feel the belly engage. Keep that with you. Tuck the toes and then lift the legs. Push firmly into the forearms for 3, for 2, and then on 1, plant your right palm and then your left palm into high plank. On your exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, float the left leg up and back. Exhale, step forward, lower your back knee, untuck the toes, take your block to right outside the left hip. I'm going to keep it on the highest level, have it kind of close to you. Sweep your right arm up, inhale, and then exhale, take a side bend over to the right. Walk the block out a little bit. So I'm firming into that left foot. Tailbone lengthens down. One more cycle of breath here. And then inhale both arms up. So your traditional low lunge. Lift the belly away from the thigh. One more inhale. Exhale, both hands come down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Okay, keep your right fingertips down. Turn the belly, turn the heart, and then come into your easy twist. Left arm goes up. Keep the shoulders drawing in towards the front body. Back leg nice and strong. One more breath. Exhale, take your hand down, step back, down dog. Inhale, float the right leg up and back. Exhale, step forward, set up for your lunge. Set your block on the other side, so right next to the hip. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, take a side bend over to the left. Keeping shoulders away from ears. Finish your exhale and then inhale both arms up. Keep breathing. Belly draws away from the thigh as you push strongly into the front foot. One more breath. Exhale, hands lower as you tuck the back toes. We get ready for that twist. Turn the belly, turn the heart. Spread your arms apart like wings. Really strong back leg. One more breath. Exhale, both hands lower. Step back, down dog. And then from here, step your feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway, but this time bring your hands to your shins for Ardha Uttanasana. Reach the heart forward, draw the shoulder blades back, belly engages slightly. Feel the back body here. One more breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, sweep the arms out and up, firm the arms. Exhale, hands to heart, arms at the sides, and we'll start to move. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back with the right foot, lower the knee. Inhale, one breath, low lunge. Exhale, lower the hands, step to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. And then this time, inhale, just come up to cobra with the elbows bent. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right leg up and back. Exhale, step forward, lower the knee. Reach the arms up, one breath, inhale. Exhale, lower the hands, step all the way to the top. Come up halfway, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And then we rise, reach the arms out and up. This time, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take the arms at the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look to the thumbs. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back with the left foot. And this time we'll come into high lunge. We'll take a couple extra breaths. Firm the back leg. Push into the back toes and reach your shoulders right over the pelvis. One more breath. Exhale, lower the hands, step to high plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, you can lower to the belly or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. And inhale, rise into high lunge for a couple breaths. Gazing straight ahead, firming that back leg, reaching fingertips high. One more breath. Exhale, lower the hands, step forward. Come up halfway, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And then rise up, sweep the arms out and up. Look to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart, arms at the sides. Inhale, chair pose, sit back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, make your way to plank. And then you lower to the belly or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, shoulders back, legs firm. And we return to down dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, step forward, warrior one. So we rise up. Let's take a few moments here. Push into the outer edge of the back heel. Guide the right hip back as you bend the front knee. One more breath. Exhale, lower the hands, step to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And down dog, exhale. Second side, inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Warrior one on this side. So we're paying attention to that back leg right now. Push into the outer heel. Bend the front knee and breathe. So the low back as you inhale almost reaches up to the upper back. So let the breath be there. One more inhale. Exhale, hands lower, step to plank, and then take your flow. We'll meet in down dog. So we're building some heat here. You probably feel it by now. Couple breaths in our down dog as thighs lift up and back. One more cycle. As you exhale, bend the knees, look to the hands, walk or hop forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sitting into chair pose. And then exhale, hands to heart. We'll come to stand in mountain pose, standing up tall. And then we're going to keep going. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, just walk back to down dog this round. Step it back. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale as quietly as you can, step forward. Warrior two, here's your inhale to rise up. Exhale down through the soles of the feet. Tailbone lengthens down. Upper body lifts, stay low. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse. Try to keep that front knee bent if you can. Back to warrior two, inhale. Exhale, side angle. I want to add to this, so reach the left arm up. Turn it around. Grab for the opposite thigh. Okay. And then roll the left shoulder open. So come into a half bind first. If you want to go into a full bind, go ahead, but I want you to keep that left shoulder open. One more cycle of breath. And then rise to warrior two, inhale. Exhale, lower the hands. Step to plank, walk your feet together. Next breath in, side plank. So you take your favorite variation, you can stack the feet, you can lower the bottom knee, you could lift one leg up if you're feeling strong. One more cycle. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. And I'm just going to turn so I can make sure I'm facing you. We'll do the second side. Lift the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, very quietly step into warrior two. Use your inhale to rise up. We talked about the lower body. Let's talk about the upper body. Lifting, collarbones broadening, arms reaching out. Gaze over the front fingertips. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse. Back to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, side angle with a half bind. So roll that right shoulder. Feel that right shoulder and the right collarbone opening. You can go into the full bind if you want to. One more cycle. When you finish, release, come back to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands, find your plank. Inhale, left palm side plank. So you want to try to do what you did on your very first side, broadening the collarbones. If you feel strong, lift the leg. One more cycle. And then let's come back to plank and very slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck your toes and interlace your hands behind the back. Lower the forehead, zip the legs together. Press the toenails down. Inhale, lift the heart and the shoulders. Reach the arms away to keep the feet down. Gaze over the tip of the nose and then add the legs. One more cycle. And then release, bring your palms next to your shoulders. Push yourself up into downward facing dog. Steady breath here. And we're going to keep going. Inhale, float the right leg. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, warrior two. Stay low. Next breath in, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse. And then inhale, coming back to two. We're getting ready for Trikonasana triangle. Lengthen the front leg. Make sure the back toes are turned in just slightly. Okay, so pelvis is at a little bit of an angle. Reach the arms out. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your front hip crease. So you can take your hand to your shin, your ankle. You can set your block outside of the ankle. And then turn the belly and the heart up and the left arm up. Reach the crown of the head away from your tailbone. We've got a couple breaths. And next, we're going to head for half moon. We're going to take it slow. Bring the left hand to the left hip, look down. Bend the front knee, slide your block or your fingertips forward. Strongly lift the left leg up with the root of the thigh bone. Rotate the belly and the chest open. And then the opposite arm will go up. Let's do two more breaths. As gently as you can, bend the front knee. Take your time to land back in warrior two. Inhaling here. Exhale, reverse warrior. And then let's take the hands down. You'll step to plank. You can take a vinyasa or just go straight back to down dog. And that's where we will meet. And I'll turn so I can face you for side B. So inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step forward, come right into warrior two, nice and strong. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse it. Come back to warrior two, inhale. We get ready for triangle. Okay, so back toes turn in slightly. Take your time. On your exhale, elongate as you come down. Right, set your block outside the ankle. And then turn the belly, turn the heart upwards. Tailbone reaches away from the crown of the head. We've got one more cycle. We're gonna head for half moon again slowly. So bring the hand to the hip, bend the front knee, slide forward. Take your time, lifting the leg, reaching through the heel, turning the heart, turning the belly up. And then the arm goes up and maybe the gaze. 2 breaths. And then your descent should be really slow. Bend the front knee. Take your time to land back in Warrior 2. Take any adjustments to get yourself back in Warrior 2. And then flip the palm, reverse warrior. Good. From here, take yourself into plank, where you might cycle through a vinyasa. And we'll meet in down dog. From down dog, bend the knees, look to the hands, walk or hop forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And then we rise all the way up, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm turning around so that I can come all the way to the top of the mat. Good, so standing at the top, mountain pose. Let's sit back into chair pose for a moment with the arms up. Lift your right leg up, cross it over once or twice. So you're gonna take eagle legs with the arms up. Squeeze the thighs. And then let's bring the hands to the heart. From here, draw the right knee up to the chest. Feel the core helping you. Flex the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior 3 variation for a moment. Whew. It's very easy to lose your balance. We're going to take our time to land into high lunge. So that's with all 10 toes facing forward. Okay, arms reach up. Good. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale. As you exhale, turn the belly, and then we'll hook the tricep, eventually the armpit, and then we turn. We twist the belly, we twist the heart, we press the palms together. Back leg stays really firm. One more cycle here. And then let's unwind. Plant the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Smooth breath in, smooth breath out. And then bend the knees, look to the hands, walk or hop forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And then rise all the way up. Reach your arms, look to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Back to chair pose, Uttanasana. Lift the left leg, cross it over once or twice. So eagle legs with arms up. Squeeze the thighs together. And then let's bring the hands to the heart. Draw the left knee up to the chest, flex the foot. On your exhale, Warrior 3 variation. Find a little back bend in the heart for a moment, and then take your time to land in a high lunge. And I have to walk my right foot to the right a little bit just to feel stable. Bring the hands to the heart, inhale. Exhale, turn the belly and then the chest as you come into your twist. Twist the shoulders, turn the heart to the palms. Back leg stays nice and firm. One more cycle. And then from here we unwind. Let's step back into plank. And then from here, lower the knees and lower onto the forearms. Okay. So pressing firmly into the forearms and pressing the inner wrists down as well. Okay, we want to firm the arms, draw the heart forward and the shoulders back. Let's tuck the toes. On an exhale, coming into Dolphin Pose. And as comfortable as it feels for you to walk the feet in, you might do that. Keep pushing firmly into the forearms. If it feels okay for you to slowly lift one leg up, take your time to lower it. And then second leg slowly lifts up. Take your time to lower it. And then start to walk your legs back. Coming into forearm planks, you walk the forearms a little bit forward. Firm the legs for 3, 2, and 1. Whew, Sphinx never felt so good. So untuck the toes, heart forward, shoulders back. Gazing straight ahead for 2 more rounds. And then let's shift back into child's pose. So bringing hips back to heels. You can actually, sometimes it feels really good to take the arms alongside the body. Stay with the breath for 1 more cycle. From here, let's shift into tabletop position. And then let's go right into downward facing dog. Smooth breath in and smooth breath out. Good, 1 more cycle. And then let's go ahead and lower back onto the knees. I'd like for you to grab a towel or a blanket because the next thing that we're going to do, you're going to need padding for the knee. So set it about in the middle of your mat and then return to downward facing dog. And then inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, slowly step forward, low lunge. I want you to make sure that left knee is padded. So I'm actually going to slide that blanket back. Okay. Untuck the back toes and come on up. Let's just come to start here with the belly lifting away from the thigh. Okay, that's step 1. And I want you to feel that. So belly's drawing in. You might stay here, or you might bend your back leg and catch the foot. You see that my hips kind of sunk a little bit, but then I'm going to press and lift up and away. Make sure your right foot is facing forward. And then I might reach my right arm up, but I want hip points and heart facing forward. Okay, so anywhere along the way that you needed to stop is fine. You can stay in low lunge. Okay, if you're in this position, I want you to draw the heel towards the glute. We've got 2 more breaths. Last breath. You want to come out of this slowly because it's like the back leg's loaded. So releasing slowly. Both hands frame the front foot. Just take half Hanumanasana. Try to stay long through the spine rather than rounding. So heart forward, hips back. Reach through the front heel. 1 more cycle. And then rebend the knee. Let's just step back to dog. Inhale, float the left leg up and back. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Make sure that back knee is padded. We're just going to come up first to get our footing. So also, if you feel like you're kind of wobbly, walk your left foot to the left a little bit. Lift the belly away from the thigh. So feel that strength there. You can also stay here, right? Otherwise, you do have to come forward maybe a little bit to catch the foot, but then I want you to keep lifting the belly away from the thigh. Make sure the left foot is facing forward and you're drawing the heel towards the glute. Hip points, shoulders, gaze is straight ahead. We settle into our breath here. Two more rounds. And then remember, take your time to come out of it, that back leg. Whew. Let it go slow. Both hands down, coming into your half Hanuman. So reaching the crown of the head forward. And I notice sometimes my hips kind of go off kilter, so I want to try to keep my hips even, right? So I kind of have to lean to the left a little bit. Let's take one more cycle. And then rebend the front knee, step back dog. And then just slide your towel or blanket out of the way. We will use it in a moment. Breathing in, breathing out. And then inhale, shifting forward into plank. Let's hold this plank for a few moments. Tailbone back, reach through the heels, draw the quadriceps, like activate them. So it's almost like you're drawing up on your kneecaps. Belly engages, heart forward, shoulders back. For 3, for 2, and on 1, we slowly come down into Sphinx again, just very briefly. We'll start by taking the right forearm at an angle. Bend your left knee, grab for the foot, and you want to try to keep your thighs in towards one another. And then we're going to actively push into that forearm so that we lift the chest. And we're turning the body a little bit, the ribs, I should say, to the right. One more cycle of breath. And then gently release. Come back into Sphinx for a moment, finding Sphinx as neutral. Remember, shoulders back, heart forward. And then take your left forearm a little bit at an angle. Try to keep your thighs in towards one another. Bend the opposite leg. Draw it in. Push into the forearm, lift the chest. And now you're turning the ribs a little bit to the left. You want to gaze straight ahead. One more cycle of breath. And then we gently release. Let's come into Sphinx again for a moment. And then let's give it a little rest just by making a pillow for the head. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper the legs side to side. Okay, let's extend the legs back. Walk your palms close to the ribs. However you can do it, come to high plank and then downward facing dog. Smooth breath in and smooth breath out. Okay, so we're going to lower to the knees. I recommend, again, grabbing your blanket or your towel. So we're going to go through Ustrasana Camel Pose, which I know sounds daunting, but we're pretty warmed up for it through the front body. Okay, so your options are you can tuck or untuck the toes. You want to have the legs pretty close together, maybe just a little bit of space. With camel, we want to try to keep the hips over the knees, okay? And you also don't feel the need to have to drop the head back. You can look up. Okay, we're going to do a couple rounds. So we'll start with the hands at the low back, drawing the shoulders in. As you exhale, root the legs down. And as you inhale, lift the upper body up, 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 and then back. Keep going up and then back, up and then back. And you might take your hands to your ankles, to your heels. Right? Let's try to keep hips right over the knees. Just looking up perhaps or looking back. One more cycle. Okay, bring your hands to the low back. Your head should come up last. And then you'll untuck the toes. And let's just sit back on the heels for a brief moment, just seeing how that feels through the front body. Right, so sometimes it can be jarring. I always tell this story that when I first started yoga, they would teach camel. I would either kind of not do it or I'd go to the bathroom. So if you don't love it, I understand. But I think it's an important pose to help us open the chest, right? Because a lot of times we're forward. So we're going to do it again, okay? So come back up onto the knees, tuck or untuck the toes, bring the legs together, hands at the low back. As you exhale, root the lower body. As you inhale, feel like you're lifting up, 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 and then back. Up with the heart and then back. And then you might take the fingers towards the heels. Keep the sacrum drawing into the body. We've got 2 more breaths. You can do it. Last breath. Bringing hands to the low back. Come up, head is last. Again, we're going to sit back on the heels. Notice how you feel. Okay, from here, stay on the heels, reach your arms up, inhale, and then exhale, take a little side bend to the right. Come back to center, inhale, exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center with both arms up. Exhale, turn, take your twist to the right, and then release your arms. Finish your exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, turn to the left, and then release the arms. Stay with the breath. Inhale, coming back to center, and then exhale, just release the arms down. You can get rid of your blanket unless you want to have a seat on it. And we're going to come into a seat with the legs extended in front. Okay, so we're going to set up for Ardha Matsyendrasana. I'm going to start by bringing the left knee in, cross it over the right. You can keep this bottom leg extended or bend it. Take your left fingertips behind you, reach through the right heel. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, turn from the belly. Kind of round the spine to hook that elbow, right? So you're rounding first, but then you're lengthening and then you twist. And you might do that again, lengthen and then twist. Lengthen and then twist. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. So it's nice to do a twist or 2 after a back bend. Two more breaths. Finish your exhale. We'll unwind, extend both legs forward, sit up tall. Draw the right knee in. Let's cross it over. Remember, you can bend this bottom leg. Sit up tall and then take the right fingertips behind, reach through the left heel. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, turn from the belly. Then you hook the elbow, lengthen on the inhale, twist on the exhale. Felt a little crack. You might do that again. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Oftentimes I close my eyes too, just to feel that the twist is happening inside. We've got one more cycle. When you finish your exhale, unwind, and let's extend both legs forward. So feeling the sits bones, you might sit up on a blanket if you tend to round the back. I want you to try to keep the spine as long as you can. Activate the legs, so reach through the heels. You're drawing the thighs in. And let's stretch the arms up. Paschimottanasana, inhale. Exhale, keep the length as you fold. So try not to round the back at all. So that might mean your hands come to the floor, the legs, or the feet. I want you to lengthen rather than round, and just do your best. Crown of head forward. 2 more breaths. Keep your spine long as you inhale, rise, reaching the arms high, and then exhale, just release those arms down. Scooch a little bit more towards the front of the mat, bend the knees. Navasana, lifting the legs, arms at the sides, chest is lifted, belly engages. We'll slowly take our time to lower into Ardha Navasana, half boat. 3, 2, and 1. Lie down, stretch the arms up and over. Maybe you let a little sigh out. And let's bend the knees so the soles of the feet come to the mat. Setting up for Gomukhasana Legs. So you'll cross the right knee over the left. Draw the legs in. Either grab for the shins, the ankles, or the feet. And then pull down and draw everything in towards you. So it's a release for the outer right thigh, maybe the glute. You might feel it in different places. I want you to try to keep the arms, the back, the neck, the jaw really soft. Should feel pretty nice. One more cycle here. And then keep the legs crossed if you can, and take your arms into cactus. And then we're going to drop the legs over to the left. So coming into a twist. So for me, I had to kind of scoot my booty a little bit to the right. And you can keep the legs crossed, or sometimes it just feels better to stack the shins, stack the thighs. Try to keep both shoulders down. Starting to slow it all down. One more round of breath in this twist. Slowly return to your back with the soles of the feet on the mat. Cross the left over the right for Gomukhasana. And then pull everything in towards you, releasing through the left thigh, glute. Remember, the jaw should remain soft. Even though you're clasping the feet or the ankles or the thighs or the shins, can you keep your hands a little bit soft? So the least amount of effort here. One more cycle of breath. We'll keep the legs crossed, bring your arms into cactus. Then I kind of have to scoot my booty to the left as I twist over to the right. And you might uncross the legs or keep them crossed. Shoulders relax down. Should be a sense of ease starting to come over the body. One more cycle. And then returning to where we started. Let's take happy baby now. Pull the knees to the armpits, rock a little bit back and forth. Let it be gentle and soft here. And then finally, legs come together, wrap the arms at the shins. You might draw your nose to your knees. You might grab for the soles of the feet. And then we'll prepare for our Shavasana. And so grab whatever props that you might need. I personally like to kind of roll up my blanket and place it under my knees, or if you have a bolster, which I do have, it's just in the other room. And then let's just let the feet flop open. We'll have the arms at the sides, the palms facing up. Take a slow breath in. Sigh it out. We'll be here for a couple minutes, softening, releasing, letting go with the eyes closed. very gently, very easily take a breath in and take a breath out. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. And maybe you reach your arms up and back. Stretch through the legs. Slowly bend your knees. Roll to the side. And just take your time to push yourself up. And we'll just come into a nice, easy seat. So bringing the hands to the heart, sitting up tall, feeling a lot of gratitude for this practice, for our bodies, for our breath. Thank you so much for joining me. The divine in me meets the divine in you, and thank you so much for being here.